everybody, welcome back to Taz's Wig Closet. This is Taz. Today I'm going to bring you a look at a brand new Envy style. It's called AVA. It's in the color medium blonde. Andrea from Wig Studio One sent this over to me for review today. Be sure to go out to Wig Studio One to take a closer look at AVA. And Wig Studio One also sponsors a private Facebook group called Wig Studio One Wigs and Topper Support Group. AVA is a long poker straight style. It has some neat shaggy layers here. Let's get up close on this color medium blonde just briefly. This medium blonde is a medium gold blonde, and then it has a lot of highlighting, very well blended, of a pale blonde. It's not a rooted color. It's a very warm blonde. AVA has about a 7.5-inch front piece here, and that's going to stretch just below my chin. And then I did measure it from the crown to the tip. It's 18 inches approximately. And then you've got some layers on the sides. This cap features a fully hand-tied lace front, left monofilament side part, and then it is open wefted sides and back. It weighs just over 5 ounces. So let's get up close on this lace front. So the lace front does run temple to temple. The material that they use blends in very nicely, but it does come out about 1/4 of an inch past the hairline. So you could actually trim that up if you wanted to, but you don't have to. It's ready to wear right out of the box. I wish that they would have taken greater care with some of the seams. It seems like there might be a little bit of knotting or glue right there where the seam meets the cap, but that's easily obscured with the hair. I want to point out that this style came with a very tight weave pattern, and it's very stubborn to get that sprung out there. So I'm going to show you as a small segment of this video how we can use heat to kind of spring that part and make it a little more natural looking. Isn't this a fantastic style? It's absolutely poker straight, but you have a lot of options because this is a heat-friendly style. These fibers are what they call Envy fibers or Envy hair. It's a blend of 70% heat-friendly synthetic with then 30% human hair. So it feels like human hair, it acts like human hair, and you can style it just like human hair as well. So Envy has a proprietary blend that they use that allows us to heat style this wig up to 365 degrees. This would be a great way also that if you haven't tried human hair yet and you don't really want to make the huge investment, try a blend like this, a heat-friendly synthetic blend with human hair. This will get used to the feel and the texture and the styling of the human hair without making the large investment. So I love the feel of these fibers. It just feels like there's a bit of a cuticle on the outside. Your fingers, any styling utensils, they just glide through this hair. There's a little bit of shine, but it's not an unnatural shine. Even on this very light blonde, it doesn't seem to be too shiny. This is not a very dense style. There's a lot of layering here and a beautiful denier on these fibers. Just makes it a very nice, natural, realistic density. You're not going to find a lot of permatease on this style. No thick, pillowy permatease anywhere. This is a very low profile style. Now you can always use heat styling to put in some lift and some profile, some curl, however you want. But right out of the box, it's poker straight. Really brings out all of this razored layers around the face. And there's actually a little bit of an inward movement on the fibers in the back, which just kind of enhance the straightness. Here's a look at the underside of the cap for the NV AVA. Here's your temple to temple lace front. It does not extend back into the ear tab, but it does go seamlessly back into a left-hand monofilament side part that does go back to the crown. We've got some rose lace here. We have a nice velvet covered ear tab. They're very weak stays in this, although I didn't notice any coverage issues. An extended velvet nape, very comfortable, and Velcro adjusters. There's quite a bit of stretch in this, but it is average right out of the box, and I did not make any adjustments to fit my petite average circumference, and it felt comfortable. So I'll just take you through a couple of simple things that I would do with this style right out of the box. And what I'm using here is a curling iron. I believe that's like an inch curling iron, and it has adjustable heat settings here. So I have it on, and I can take this all the way up to 400. This hair is stylable up to 365, but I'm going to do this at 330 because I'm not going to leave it on a long time, but I want to make sure that it's hot enough that it will be effective. So what I'm going to do is pick that weave pattern apart into a straight line. Now it's not going to stay that way until I apply the heat, and I do that by dragging it downward and then separating it evenly against that monofilament part. I have it separated here, but you can still see a couple of those fibers. I just kind of want to go back into that weave pattern. So I want to fix that. Now one way I could do it is just simply by using the heat of my hands, which will have some effect, but I think it'll be more effective if I use the heat from the fat part of the curling iron. So what I'll do is I'll just flatten that out as much as I can into the position that I want it. And then I'll grab my curling iron, which is now at 330 degrees. And what I'm going to do is place the butt of that iron right up against that part, just briefly. Okay. I'm not going to hold it on there very long, a few seconds. I'm going to do that all the way back to the crown. Okay, I'm going to make another pass at that. Okay, and then I'm going to tamp it down with my hand, again making sure it's where I want it. And then what I'm going to do is place the curling iron on the part and move it out just a little bit. So I'll start at the center, move it out just a tad. Go back, lay it on the center, and fan it out about 2 or 3 inches. I'm going to do that on both sides. When you are done, you're going to get something that lays a little more naturally than if you didn't apply heat to it. I hope this was helpful, guys. See you next time on TAZ's Wig Closet.